Hey everyone, thank you for coming to my channel, The Millennial Mindset, where all things are possible with the right mindset. Now, for those of you who are coming to this channel for the first time, welcome and thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, and share if you get value from my channel and from my videos. And I am a new YouTuber, so every like, every subscription, every comment, whatever counts, okay? I pay attention to everything. I'm trying to grow, and so without you, this wouldn't be possible. And I want to come to you with the right content that you actually can get value from. So please, if you do feel like you're getting value from my videos, like, subscribe, share, and comment. So for those of you who don't know, I am a brand new YouTuber, as I said, and so I am trying to look for topics that are useful to those of you out there who are millennials or Gen X or whatever else, okay? Whatever generation you're from. I am trying my best to make videos that can cater to people who want to live their best life, to people who want to succeed, to people who want freedom, okay? Whether that's financially or whether that's through work, whatever it is, whatever freedom looks like for you. So I am on this journey with you all, and the things that I talk about are things that I hope are beneficial to you directly. And so I just want to start off by saying that. But I also don't like to waste a lot of time talking, because I find that, it just wastes time, I think, if you're just talking and people are waiting to get to the content. So I always like to start off by saying I'm going to get straight into the topic without wasting any more time and talking. Okay, so I'm getting into it, I promise. So the topic of today's video is the top 6 best recession-proof jobs. And then we're going to get into the 5 jobs that are most at risk in a recession. Okay, so I hope this will be useful for you, because the reason I chose this topic is because we are hearing constantly in the news, recession, it's coming. We have yet to know if we are in one yet or if it's still coming. But I think the best thing to do is to prepare ahead of time for whatever is to come. And so if you're looking currently for a career, if you're in school, if you're looking for a job and you're not sure what direction to take, I hope this video might help you in some way. So the first profession that you should look into that is recession proof is the medical profession. And there are many specialties within the medical profession, such as a registered nurse, RNs, pharmacists, physicians, surgeons, paramedics, dentists, dental assistants, and even veterinarians. They all fall within this category. So people get sick, animals get sick, we all need our teeth cleaned. So these are things that will never go out of style. They will always need access to qualified professionals who can help in this industry. So definitely an industry that is well needed and recession proof. The next industry to look into is specialized care, therapy, and counseling. Now, this is next to the medical care field because we want you to think ahead. So think of elderly people who need elderly care. Think of physical therapists who can help, with bones, with your body, etc. Think of occupational therapy for people who need that, need assistance mentally. Think of substance abuse counseling. Think of chiropractic care. Think of home health aides. Think of mental health professionals. Think of social workers, and many, many more. So this is something to consider because people value their well-being. And so they will invest in these services, and that will allow them to be productive for themselves and pain-free. And it will allow a lot of those who are in this profession to grow and to make money and to always be in demand. Now, some of these services are also covered by insurance, which will encourage people to use these services. So do think about that as well. What services are covered by insurance, so that in a recession or when things are tough, what services will people be using that they don't have to pay full price for? very important to think about. So that's another profession to look into. The next profession to look into that is recession proof is law enforcement officers. Of course, crime will never go away, unfortunately, right? So we will need people who are working in this industry. So some crimes anticipate a downturn in certain times and others coincide with it, and some don't show any correlation at all. But usually in an economic climate where things are a little bit tough for people, communities will want to invest in physical safety for local businesses and residents. So that means police officers and professionals who support police officers, so you can think of that as well, will remain in demand during an economic recession. Definitely something to consider as well. Now, public utility services is another profession to look into that will survive any recession. So think of electric, water, sewage, waste, trash, recycling services. They all have survived economic downturns in the past, and that is because it is a necessity. It is necessary. So utility workers are critical to maintaining order in public health, and these utilities seem to share the benefits as well. For example, many cities are required to conduct annual audits of their trash service providers, etc. So consulting firms that perform such audits will have work to do, even in a tough economy. So that's even something to consider. You can even look into consulting firms that deal with these type of issues concerning public utility services. The next type of profession to look into that will survive any recession is financial services. Of course, we all need financial services no matter what is happening in the economy, right? And so money movement is important, and this is why financial professionals are always in demand. Accountants are always in demand. We always have to file our taxes no matter how bad things get. Auditors, actuaries, claim adjusters, tax preparers, insurance underwriters. The list of financial service jobs is long and varied, which means that there are so many options for you, for those of you who are looking into that industry. And there are many positions that require professional certifications, such as an enrolled agent, a certified public accountant, you need a CPA, also known as CPA, or CFA, a chartered financial analyst. So yes, there are some of these that will require certifications, but you can get these online now. You can go to online school now. You don't have to sit in a classroom and be bored to death, okay? There's so many ways to get certifications now. So that is another industry that is for sure recession proof. The next industry that would be considered recession proof is educational services. So with an economic boom or an economic downturn, investing in the future will always be important, especially for our children. So jobs that are in primary education, secondary education, higher education, special education, and adult education are highly relevant regardless of what's happening in the economy. So those who want to pursue this path should know that the way education gets delivered is shifting, especially now after the pandemic. A lot of educational courses and things like that are online. So do consider that as well. And that might be a great plus for you, those of you who want to work from home and want to offer services online. Even businesses, if you're looking into getting into businesses and the educational services, you can teach online, you can tutor online, etc. Right? So there's no shortage of opportunities here. And in addition to traditional classroom instructors, new models of distance and on-demand education are becoming more relevant. So a job in education can be very flexible in both your location and also in your delivery style. So do consider that. And if you are looking for some more freedom in your lifestyle, education is the way to go. I mean, just look it up. Google online work from home educational jobs. Google online teaching jobs, and the amount of jobs are endless. So definitely look into that. Now I'm going to get into, in this second half of this video, the 5 worst jobs to have in a recession. And I just thought it would make sense to not only give you the best jobs in a recession, but to also give you the jobs to look out for and to be aware of that could also be problematic in a recession. And that's just because you might be in that industry right now and you're kind of wondering, what do I do? Is my future promised? Or you might be looking to get into that industry right now. And I would suggest maybe doing a shift if you are looking to get into that industry in a time where things are economically very confusing. Okay, so I'm going to get into it. So the first industry is construction and supporting industries. The construction industry is highly dependent on the health of the economy, which makes sense, right? Because investors, need to be doing well or need to feel like it's worth their investment. When access to business and personal lending becomes tight, construction projects get put on hold. So even smaller scale home remodeling projects can see delays because people just may not feel the need to spend the money they want to save right now. So this affects all contractors, general contractors, roofers, electricians, plumbers, and carpenters. So supporting industries like lumber and cement manufacturing will see a negative ripple effect as well from these outcomes. So do consider that. Home furnishing retail is another industry to be leery of, okay, in an upcoming recession. So a new leather couch or gorgeous wool rugs or stunning chandeliers, they're beautiful, but they may not be a top priority for a lot of people in a recession. So they may not be urgent, and paying your electric bill or your heating bill would probably be considered more important than that. So a lot of people are putting a hold and a halt on doing these things in their home. And buying your kids, stuff to go to school, buying food, things that are necessities are going to have a greater importance in these times. So people will hold off probably more on making large purchases and buying furniture and home furnishing. So that will affect home furnishing stores. Okay, the next industry to look into is auto dealerships and other motor vehicle sales. And I can attest to that because right now I have a new vehicle. Well, it's not new anymore. It's a few years old now. And my dealership that I bought my car from offered to buy back my vehicle. And that's because they are desperate. Okay, they are preparing for what's to come. Not only that, the pandemic affected a lot of auto industries. So the parts that are needed to maintain cars are just not available like they used to be. A lot of manufacturers are not producing cars to the same level that they used to be. So there are a few issues here. So do consider this. When and then also the fact that in a recession, you're trying to save money, you're not trying to spend more. So if you want to buy a car right now and it's more of a liability than an asset, it may not be the best choice. I'm not saying people can't do that. I'm just saying it might not be the best choice in a time like this. Okay, so just do consider that unless you want to buy a car cash or outright. And because of the demand being so low, a lot of companies, a lot of car dealerships are charging far more for cars than they were a few years ago. And so the interest rates as well are far higher than they used to be. So do pay attention to that when purchasing a car if you are thinking of it. But back to what we were discussing, being in that industry, working in that industry can be tricky. And so there is a decline in sales happening right now already, along with car dealership sales. There are other sales that are getting low is with RVs, boats, motorcycles, and etc. So people tend to invest in repairing their existing vehicle more than buying or leasing a new one. So beware of that, guys, because that could be tricky. Vacation travel is the next industry to look out for that could not do so well in a recession. And that is because families will still take vacations in tough economies, but those vacations may look very different in a recession. A lot of families want to save money and nickel and dime at this time. So an economic downturn inspires staycations and local adventures more than global adventures. Not to say that won't continue throughout a recession. People will always travel. However, be prepared to see a downturn in numbers. And traveling to exotic destinations and fancy hotel stays and fun excursions all tend to flatline or decline during these times. So even business travel takes a hit because professionals are searching for budget friendly options. So just be aware, people want to save money all around all year. Okay. So if you are in that industry, do consider pivoting to something else. Just a suggestion. Or figuring out a way to be very different and stand out from the rest. Or if you're working for a company that's in that industry, look at how they are pivoting and ask questions. Okay, this is the time to ask these companies questions. What is your plan during this recession to stay afloat? And we will see, right? You will see through their answers if it sounds promising or not. Now, another business service to look out for that may not do so well in a recession is printing and related services. Now, businesses tend to eliminate non-essential expenses when budgets are being cut. So services like data imaging, plate making, book binding, and brochures and business card printing do suffer a decline in demand. Large-scale print shops have high equipment costs and not much room to cut expenses. So managing labor costs through layoffs becomes one of the few bridges available for survival. And so there could be quite a bit of layoffs in this industry. So do pay attention to this. And also remember, we are shifting in North America, for example. I'm in Canada. We are shifting to green, going more green, being more conscious of the environment. And so a lot of companies are cutting out printing and cutting out paper usage at high numbers right now. And so it may not be a strong profession to continue in, even for what the future holds in terms of being more green. Okay, so do consider these things. And I do have so much more to say, but I really would love to just leave it there, and I'll make another video to add to what I want to say to this topic. But it is a very important topic, and this is why I wanted to get this out to you guys for the beginning of the year of 2023, because we don't know what this year holds. We are, praying for positivity, but we also have to be prepared for what can come. And so I hope this video was of value to you guys. I hope you got something out of it. And please like, share, subscribe, and comment if you do. And I will be back with another video in the next time very soon. And if you have suggestions for any topic that you feel I should cover, please comment. And I will read it and I will consider it and I will make a video about it. I'm doing this channel for you guys. It's not about me, okay? So please, if you have any ideas, share them and I will be happy to receive them. So until next time, guys, take care, all the best. And if you are in these industries that are doing well, great power to you. Or if you're looking into that industry, continue to do so. If you're in industries that may die out or may see a suffer in this downturn of the economy, do consider pivoting, okay? Anyways, that's enough. I'll see you guys next time.